I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The second meeting of the year on tap here between these two fierce AFC rivals. These teams know each other very well, and that only serves to stoke the flames of what is always a heated battle. It's the Jets going up against the Bills. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Shifty Dion Lewis. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
The throw on second down is Tannehill. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. A look at the starting side for the offense and Brandon Marshall.
I think the thing that impresses me most about Brandon Marshall is his strength. How he runs his routes, how he wins against defensive backs downfield, how it's so tough to keep him from getting the football. The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this third down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. They were trying to go to Marshall that time. Now fourth down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They run with Williams out of the Wildcat. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Carlos Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And New York set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Tannehill. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st and 10. Tannehill. Escobar with it over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
Stephon Gilmore gets better and better every year, continues to excel in pass coverage.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Under pressure, they got him again. Jerry Hughes in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And taken at the 46. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
On 2nd down, Taylor. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And this one is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Bills call on the punt unit and Colton Schmidt. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Out Out of the gun, Tannehill going deep now for Decker. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he locates Wheaton, complete. 23 yards on the play.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They run. This is Lewis. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's...
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fresh set of downs here. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Dumps it off to Lewis. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but trying to get it to Wheaton, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They begin the drive with Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do.
This is caught at the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To throw on second down is Tannehill. Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. After the interception, here's Taylor. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jordan Jenkins from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9.
Here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Taylor to throw on second down. He's going to look deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Flex round. Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
They'll fake the give to Williams. Now it's Taylor. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. The reception good for 7. It's third down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
To throw is Taylor, and this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Another pistol look here. Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guy.
They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Following the fumble recovery. Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
Now Tannehill, wide open. It's Marshall, complete. 15 yards there for number 15.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Decker, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, the hit pass defense is going to be excellent. You drop an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Second and 10. Tannehill once more. He's got time in the pocket. Out left here. It's complete to Wheaton. That one goes for 24 yards.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Going underneath for Lewis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Preston Brown leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go, Ohio! Here we go!
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Williams will try again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Third and long, it's Taylor. That is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And again here, we'll see the Wildcat.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And then you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him to dinner either.
Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series. 3rd and 13. They come up in an offset eye. Final play of the half. It's Taylor. Deep drop. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They start the second half here with Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, here's Taylor. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On third down, Taylor, and that is incomplete. Charles Clay is tight end, the intended target, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
The throw on second down is Tannehill. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And Escobar has it left side. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And he's brought down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shaq Lawson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Tannehill to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. Here's Tannehill. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Yeah, this place has notoriously never been kind to visiting field goal kickers. You get those winds that really whip through the inner bowl, not to mention the urban legends about stadium workers opening and closing the tunnel doors. But for whatever reason, this one winds up off target.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll fake the give to Williams. Now it's Taylor. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They come up in an offset eye. Taylor going to give now to Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Come on, let's go.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Let's go.
3rd and 2, now Taylor. And Jeffrey's got it. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Out on the right, this is Cruz. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Williams trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Here we go. 1-9.
Now Taylor. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now come the Jets. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they...
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. They come up in an offset eye. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Little motion now from the tight end. Play clock winding down. They run it again with Williams. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. This is taken at the 23. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Tannehill on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They'll come out in the pistol. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Third and long. It's Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. Tannehill. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And here come the Bills. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Again, it's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, 4th coming.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Tannehill now to throw, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken right around the 44. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left. Let's go.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They come out here in the eye. Now a pitch out to Williams. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. 4 down. Alert. Come on.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Buffalo, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more